What's up, baby dolls? I have the most spectacular show here for you. The first thing I want to show you is actually really unfortunate. My friend Willy Woo is not really my friend, but, you know, you'd have a beer with him. Willy Woo, friends, said, all good. I sold all of mine. Now, if you remember, friends, Willy Woo and, like, Willy, bro, please, please, for the love of God, don't do what you're about to do. He already did it. He sold his Bitcoin to invest in Bitcoin mining companies. Now, if you've been following me, which I know you have, friends, as I follow you, he basically bought the top of Bitcoin dominance, 66%, the devil's number up here. Now, friends, you got to remember, Bitcoin mining is one of literally the worst, most trashiest industries you could ever get into. You know how trashy I'm talking about, friends? You ever watch like Geordie Shore? Remember we had Jersey Shore, then we had Geordie Shore? Then, like, you know when you just see those like really ratchety girls with, like, you know, they got like extreme eye makeup, right? And, you know, one of their boobs is like falling out because they've got the chicken fillets and they literally got no shoes and they're just stumbling around in the middle of the UK streets. I'm just going to show you right now, friends. But you know what? I've got to go visit you guys. This is how trashy we're talking. I love you. Oh, man. You guys are great. This is how trashy we're talking. Oh, man. This is it. Oh, my gosh. The sun's coming up. Oh, you girls got... That's how trashy we're talking, okay? That's Bitcoin mining. If Bitcoin mining could be put in a picture... Jeez, Willy, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing? My heart's weeping. We've got to laugh a bit. My heart's weeping, friends. Remember, Willy Woo, friends, I've got the post here. He was like, when he said this, I was like, okay, we're not playing around anymore. Look at the post. Willy Woo has called for Bitcoin dominance to go above 90%. I will take the other side of Willy Woo's bet with every single last penny. I can't believe the universe has given me the most intergalactic alt season signal of all time. We're all going to be super rich. And as you can see, friends, I was replying to Willy Woo talking at the bottom here. So it's in, friends, some people, right, you're just too smart for your own good. You know what I mean? You know, friends, as you get older, you come across some like wisdom in the Bible, ancient traditions, and just like cultural stuff. And you eventually realize why humans decided to make that rule. You know, it's not because I was stupid. Is because it's, trust me, it's for the better of everyone, you know? I can't think of any off the top of my head, but there are just, maybe there's some gender role stuff. I'm sure there's a lot of things out here that we just teach each other. You know, even like having like, you know, when they teach boys and girls, hey, boy, have one wife. You know, trust me, it's better. You know what I mean? Have one wife, look after your kids. You know what I mean? Don't have like 7. Don't do the Andrew Tate thing. You're going to feel like a king for about 6 hours. Then you forget the girl's name. Then she's like clocking you in the side of the head because you called her Stacy when her name's Sarah. And you're like, bro, you look exactly the same. I have a single type. Okay? Trust me, there's a reason why we went that way. You know what I mean? I'm just showing you, friends. Some people they're too smart for their own good. Okay? Willy Woo saying, have you ever wondered what the end game for altcoins versus Bitcoin is? Altcoins, 10 trillion. Bitcoin, over 100 trillion. Place your bets accordingly. Dominance will go above 90%. So, look what he said. Crypto VCs will be a thing of the past. Buy Bitcoin. Invest in Bitcoin infrastructure. He sold his Bitcoin. He sold his Bitcoin. Oh, man. Willy Woo, what are you doing, bro? Like, Willy Woo. So, this is tough, friends. Okay, look. He's basically, okay, he's investing in altcoins. But when you buy Bitcoin infrastructure, it's the worst game because in alt season, no one wants Bitcoin, bro. Number one. Okay, your dominance collapses. Number one. Number two, Bitcoin mining's garbage. The margins are trash. You don't even get your shares straight away because they have to build stuff and do all these. It's one of the worst deals ever. I don't know why people do it, but actually I kind of know why. It's because, bro, you sit there on your high horse, right? Hopefully it's a very tall, high bull. And you pretend like yield is a sin and, oh, Bitcoin's amazing. And then you literally go out and you go and hunt degeneracy stuff in your own way anyway. It's literally the same thing. It's like that dude out there preaching in the town hall saying, "You're going to hell for gambling. All of you are going to hell for gambling. Spend Friday nights with your loved ones and read books." Then you're out on a Friday night. That dude, friends, you seen that dude? He's got a girl's wig on. He's on transvestite night. He's the one strutting the shoulders, you know, doing the handstands. At least shave your legs, bro. You know what I mean? I get it. You're into dressing like a girl. Like, you know what I mean? Why you got to leave the legs unshaved? that guy, you're like, bro, the whole reason for you to do that is to get away from debauchery. You know? And this is exactly what you're seeing right now. This is what happens, friends. When you see Max Kaiser and Willy Woo, they go, "Oh, no, no, no. Do not seek thy yield. Do not seek thy degeneracy." Okay, so, oh, well. Oh, man, I really hope. Friends, do you remember Greg Foss? You know why I'm telling you this? Friends, Greg Foss lost, I think, 800 Bitcoin. Greg Foss. Do the math. Yeah, he lost like $16 million. He went all in on Bitcoin. He was a bond trader. Traded credit risk and bonds. Yeah, he literally lost all of that. Guess how he lost it? He sold all of his Bitcoin. Didn't sell it. He gave it, used it as investment into a big Bitcoin miner. They went bankrupt. Now, I just want to tell you how bad Bitcoin mining is, friends. These guys, I think, went bankrupt in 2023. Like, you're like, wait a minute. But Sami, didn't Bitcoin's price go from 20K and then it finished at like 40K? I know. How shit are you, bro? Bitcoin went up 2x in the year and you still went bankrupt. Look, I don't have all my facts on that. I don't know when exactly they went. I don't want to do the research because it breaks my heart too much. But yeah, he literally lost all his 800 Bitcoin. Lost like $16 million at the time. It's more than that right now. So I think actually at the time, friends, it was 400 Bitcoin. But still, okay, now it's 48 million bucks. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So look, I see these parts in the universe. That's why I know alt season's coming. I want to show you something as well. There's a lot of PTSD out there. And here's a message from Carbon. Look at this dude. Consensus now is something like the warning signs of the end of times are here. And you have 3 to 6 months or less maybe left. Okay, so Carbon is just an ETH dude. Pretty much, friends, that's what I'm noticing as well. So I've even written here, there's a lot of PTSD, as you know. Now, also, as you know many things. Like, you like lollipops. I like lollipops too. You have a straight posture. You got fluffy slippers. You also know bull markets are when you climb the wall of worry. Climbing and climbing, and we're worried. We're skits. Everything you see is a top signal. That's bull market. You're like, recession. It's over. End of times. Stock market valuations high. Something's going to stop. Oh no, Trump doesn't like crypto anymore, right? Maybe that's the next round of FUD. All right, there's always another round of FUD. Oh no, Israel's going to do the strikes again. Oh no, the thing we've been running a long time. 4-year cycle says it's over. Like, you're full on paranoia, skits. That's bull market stuff. Climbing the wall of worry. And I want to remind you as well, friends, this is extremely important. What I'm going to do is very gently, in a family-friendly way, just remind you that you are my Habibi Albi. Now that you are reminded, I will now show you the OTHERS-BTC chart. And I've just got to put everything into perspective, okay? Habibi, we haven't even closed 1 month and people are already saying it's over. That's how much PTSD we have from the past cycle. Like, let us finish the month. Do you remember, friends? This is what happened. Do you remember in May? In May, we were green. You see this wick? I remember this. We were green. And, oh man, we were green and it was like May 15th. And I was like saying like, okay, surely this has to be the bottom. Surely. Like, we've had, think about this. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We had 5 red in a row. And then we're on the 6th candle here. I go, okay, finally getting started. Nope, it was red again. And it went down again. By the way, in this final moment, it was already really stupid. This just got way out of hand. This is where Willy Woo and Ben Copen and everyone else says, you know what, altcoins, you're never going up. You're actually never going up. That's why they're never going to pivot, friends, because there's a boy who cried wolf. Okay, the boy who cried wolf. The boy hanging out with the wolves, talking about wolves all the times, who cries about wolves. Yes, the boy who cried wolf story. They're just seeing this go down and down and down, and they're just never gonna reverse it. But look what happened with Ethereum. In literally 103 days, Ethereum goes from down only to up only. You see? So we haven't even finished a green monthly candle yet. And I just got to remind you as well, not only are you my Habibi Albi, as we already confirmed, but where we start to get worried is precisely when no one's worried. And no one's worried when you have 5 green others BTC in a row. 5 green in a row. No resets. 5 green in a row. Out of 3 times, one of them went 5. The other 2 went 6. So you have 6, 6, and 5. We haven't even finished 1 yet, bro. Let us finish 1, and then we continue. Also, if you're curious, what happens if we go the full 6? That would finish us January next year. All right? In each cycle, there was a double bubble. Okay, so there was 2 alt season waves, alt season wave 1, alt season wave 2. In 2021, it was a scam cycle, but our alt season wave was a DeFi, but nobody pretty much believed it or took part in it because you had to be in crypto. You know what I mean? People holding Tron and XRP didn't participate in it at all. Okay, but it did happen, and it was market wide. You see, others BTC went up. If you're curious as well, which I know you are, do you want to see what Soylana did? 1 green monthly candle here. Can you believe it, friends? We had Landwolf and Peppy. Bro, they gave us 1 green candle and then you went down? 1 monthly candle? What a scam, man. What a freaking scam. You piece of shit. The whole market, man. This cycle just robbed us, man. It's just literally full on robbed us, okay? We had 1 green candle. 1. And then straight to red. That's funny. By the way, it's fun. You know what's also funny, friends? All the Soylana holders, okay, they call this alt season. Why? Because their stuff went up, right? Their stuff went up. They call it alt season for them. And what they say is they go, look what they think is, they think they're going to be right. They say, look how weak the rest of the market was and we had our alt season stuff. So they think that when the rest of the market goes up, they're going to go mega boom. Yeah, if that happened, friends, oh gosh, do you know how rich we would have been in 2021 if that was true? Because Chainlink and Uniswap and Aave and DeFi would have resurged. It didn't. There'd be no hexagons, by the way, if that happened. It didn't play out. It didn't play out. People went into new stuff. You know? Soylana, you had your time, bro. You had a year and a half. You've rinsed everybody. You got Orangey and Cupsy, everybody rugging each other, holding coins for 4 seconds and just rinsing everyone out here. Like, people want to go, they want to gamble, but they want to play in a casino that's not rigged. And guess what? All the casinos are a game of competition. They are, but people feel like it's rigged. So whatever. We'll see what happens. We can, friends, I have 2 scenarios, okay? 2 scenarios where we either just run up only 6 candles, or you know what, friends? I'm not joking. We might even be surprised. We might have 7. Do you know that? We might have 7. Why am I basing that off? It'd just be like, okay, if we had 7, the 4-year cycle lines up. And it's never happened before, okay? I want to show you something as well. Look at this, okay? You know alt season here? See how it was 5? But look where it peaked. It peaked at 47. This number is 47. So others BTC, altcoins were 47% of Bitcoin's market cap outside of the top 10. And here it peaked at 44. So think about this. If we didn't get scammed by China, this could have easily done a 6th candle and then it hits the top. Right? That's wild, right? If we go back to 2017, I want to show you something as well, okay? Right when altcoins, okay, look at this. They stopped here at 15, but look where we peaked out at the very, very top. We peaked at 32. So, like, if you check out, friends, some of these candles, it is possible you can just do like another 80% move up to near the top. Look at this. That's a 90% move up. So imagine in another world we did have an explosive one. And yeah, you know, if you've been going up for 6 green months and then you dare to entertain the 7th one, you know that's going to be an intergalactic blow-off. Because you know how you know, right? Repetitive green monthly candles keep sucking in weaker and weaker hands. So the last green candle will get the weakest of weak hands. Okay, but we don't know, right? We don't know. But you might ask, okay, if that doesn't happen, if we don't get something like that, if we just get 6, what would it be? Well, I only guessed 7 because if we did 6, man, we really got to blow the hell off if we want the 4-year cycle to finish by the end of this year. Otherwise, this is what happens maybe. You get 6, 6 comes to here. Now, what is this circle? This circle, friends, is, I'll show you. This circle is, I just drew a Fibonacci, okay? I just drew a fib from the top to the bottom and around the retrace here. That's what I did, okay? If you're curious as well, I just want to show you. If you do a fib from the top to the bottom here, look, this thing, it blows off through the fib here. It blows off through it when we finally were ready to go. This was our 2021 alt season. This was Dogecoin Mania up here, okay? And if you even go on to the cycle before that, we don't actually have the top here. We don't actually have the 2013 cycle. So I'm just going to have to guess that it was somewhere here. If you did it, it blew it as well, okay? So these retracements, they change each time. Obviously, it's diminishing over time. But it's still gaining. And so I just drew that circle, just a total guess. Just a total guess. Just something to think about, right? If we got here, so this is something we got to think about. If altcoins, OTHERS-BTC, let's say we did 6 and we got here. This is also tough to swallow, all right? In every single cycle, even if it wasn't over, you had to take profit in stuff. You had to. Because in the next wave, your coin that rallies might not be part of the cycles. Okay, even though OTHERS-BTC climbs up. But you want to know, Sami, how does that work out? Well, it's because, friends, you know when we go up here and we come back down, the mania of money, what happens is a lot of people make money and it inspires them to start up new projects. And in the second wave of altcoins, a lot of new coins hit the market. New stuff, because people have missed the first stuff, right? They've missed this stuff. So what happens is a lot of these new things end up in the index, you know, new chains, new coin, whatever they are, new ICOs, and they start with big valuations, right? And you're not even guaranteed that to be even on them from ground one. It's just that they might start expensive and stuff, okay? That's why I'm showing you this chart. Even though you know it goes up, there's a bit of quirk with it. You know, it would be nice if there was an index we could buy, right? But that might be a top signal. So it might come to the very, very end. It might come down to the wire. Maybe we do get an index at the end. So at the end of the day, we just had one candle. One. Literally just one. Right? We have not had our repetitive combo candles. When do we get nervous? At number 5, then we got to talk. But here's the thing as well. You might say, oh, number 5, I'm going to get out. You just got to be careful, friends, because like on green candle number 5, you might be up 5x from today. Yeah. And if you get out a lot in the 6th candle, you can do like another 2x in that month, right? And just imagine it does a 7th candle where it does like another 80%. So you've gotten out at 5x, and then a month later, now it's actually up 10x, and then a month after that, it's actually up 18x, right? Now you might say, oh, but profit's profit. Yeah, it is profit, but how are you going to feel if you've held for 4.5 years with me? You literally got everything out. You watched everything. You got out at 5x. It's up 18 for the average coin. And now you're praying for a bear market like a cuck, like everyone else, and you got to wait for it to slowly come down. You can't buy at that price. You know if crypto drops 70%, it's actually dropping 95%. You know what I mean? So you basically wasted the whole cycle because you got out too early. So I'm not here to skit you out. Okay, I don't think it's not going to be that tough, but I'm just telling you, it's not as easy as, oh, cool, I'm just walking away. Yeah, it's not as easy. But I don't think we're going to have to deal with much pain just because we rinsed a lot of non-believers out. So we'll see. Man, Willy Woo, I don't know what to do, man. He sold his Bitcoin, friend. This ain't going to end well. But it is for you and me. Like, subscribe, belly button, or catch you soon.